As it turns out, though, I don't know how to ride a scooter. This thing was a piece of shit, man. It had a front wheel the size of a donut. My knees are in my ears. My hands are this far apart. Buses going by. She's screaming, "Stop this thing, God damn it!" I'm screaming, "Lean the way I lean, God damn it!" Like a monkey in a sidecar. Well, after a little while, we start to get the hang of it, right? We make our way down the gentle, sloping other side of Santorini, right? And you get down there, and it's just these knocked out beaches and bars and restaurants. It's the promised land. My promise. And we make up from our little tiff, and we start walking down the beach hand in hand, and it turns out that part of the beach is a nude beach. Guess who's there? Squirrel Man. And he has got what looks like an anaconda laying in his lap. First time I saw it, I said, that thing must have ate the squirrel. And he's not even laying flat on his back. He's leaning towards the people that are walking towards him. And I didn't begrudge him a bit, because if it would have been mine, I would have been holding a picture frame around it. You can take the donkey to the top of the rim, or you can ride this. It is the same price. My wife is a brilliant woman. She really is. She came up with a solution for the overpopulation of our planet. And it was a brilliant idea, and simple, like most brilliant ideas are. Stop spending money, she said, on research for the development of products like Viagra and Cialis. And instead, invest that money in research to develop a product that'll make semen taste like chocolate. I told you it was a good idea. She'd be chasing me down the sidewalk. Come here, Willy Wonka. Get that little chocolate factory back over here, mister. There's got to be one more in there. Normally, she's a very sensuous woman. One time we were driving down the road, and she decided to give me the highway delight. Or as I like to affectionately refer to it as, a mouth hug. And I was pleasantly surprised, but the other people in the carpool got all pissed off. I'm like, hey, we got to get these kids to school. And she loves chocolate. I think it's kind of odd that as long as I've been touring, 20 years, a lot of travel, I'm not a member of the Mile High Club, where you have sex in a plane over a mile off the ground, or however the hell you got up there. I did jack off in Denver 2 weeks ago. I am a member, though, oddly enough, of a little club I started. It's called the Mile Ahead Club. That's where you fuck someone behind a Cracker Barrel billboard. We're having a membership drive too, so grab your partner and skip to Malou. I think the most often asked question I have on my website is why am I not a bigger part of Blue Collar Television, which is Jeff and Larry and Bill's show. And the answer is my work ethic. My grandpa used to say, that boy's got a lot of quit in him. And as a young man, the things I didn't quit, I got kicked out of. I got kicked off the high school debate team for saying, yeah, well, fuck you. I thought I had won. The other kid was speechless. I thought that's what we were trying to do. Kind of weird. I'm from a little bitty town in northwest Texas called Fritch. Is where I was born. Like you fucking heard of it. It's a little bitty town. This town is so small, folks, that one year our high school marching band formed a period. Two years later, they made a comma. They were kicking some ass. Right outside Borders, that's exactly right. Now, I moved from there fairly young, and my cousins and relatives all stayed there, and I ended up growing up being quite a bit different than them. And my cousin Ray, who I've told stories about, the hunting story, but it's kind of weird because this is how different we are. He's a homophobe. I can't believe I'm not gay. That's how far apart we are on the food chain. Now, I'm not gay, but look at these fucking shoes. Now, the reason I say that is who knows how things are going to turn out in life. And the reason I say that is from the time I was 9 till I was 13, I was raised by my grandmother, right? In a ho-dunk little shit town, and there's nothing to do, right? Well, the year I lived with her that I turned 13, I figured out something really fun to do. And my grandma caught me in the bathroom just a doing it. And my grandmother, bless her heart, was a very religious woman, and I was mortified by this, and she came up to me later and she said, it says in the Bible, young man, that it is better for your seed to fall in the belly of a whore than on the ground. I was like, well, it's tough to argue with that kind of logic. You got $50? The first time I ever had sex in my life that somebody else was involved with it, my grandmother caught me in her garage having sex with this girl, and my grandmother said, one of these days you're going to be standing side by side with the Lord, watching your life pass before your eyes, answering for each and every one of your sins. And what are you going to say to him, young man, when this little episode turns up? And I said, I'm going to tell him, watch this, here comes the good part. I was throwing some dick in this one, wasn't I? That's that 15-year-old back right there. That son of a bitch could go. Now, to fully understand this, you have to understand who my grandmother was.